Blender tutorial. Today I want to show you how you can use timers in Blender, and today we're gonna build something like this. You see, we are creating here some Suzannes with color on the fly, and we let them run for their lives, and we do realize this with timers. So I don't want to waste your time, let's get right started. So we start with a brand new file here. So file, new, general. Then we delete this cube here and we go right to scripting. As you know, here's your viewport, here's your text file where you can enter your script code. Here is your Python console where you can see messages, example given error messages, and here you see the last commands you did. So for example given, if I do add here a mesh monkey, you can see the command right here, and you can copy it with Control C, and so we start here a new text document. We import the Blender Python library, and we copy the creation of the monkey here. And if you now run the code, you will see we get a monkey. That's what we want. That's great. Now we want to create a function which will be called by a timer. So we need a function. First of all, this is our timer func, which we will call, and in this function we just create a monkey. And how can this be called by a timer? Well, there is a function for this, of course. It's bpy app, and then there is timers, and then you can here press tab and you see what's possible, and the command is register. So we register for time, and you see here is the first parameter is the function, and then comes the interval. And what you also can see here, if none is returned, the timer will be unregistered, and a returned number specifies the delay until the function is called again. Okay, now we copy these here because we are lazy, and then we say our timer func, and then we say first interval is equal to, let's say, 2 seconds. And now we run this function, and you see it's an error, and it says indentation error. What? Yes, we have here space too much. So 1, and you see after 2 seconds, here is our Suzanne. Now we delete that, and now we want, of course, 5 Suzanne. How do we do this? Well, we say here a new variable, it's called counter, and it's 0. And it's important for Python, if you now use the counter here, you can do this, but this is now a local variable. But we want to use this one, which is global. So we write here global counter, so we use this variable there. And as long as if counter is lower equal 4, because we want to make 4, then we return 1. So each second this timer function will be called again, and else we return none. And now that is quicker executed, we choose here half a second. And what we also do, we move it a little bit to the side. So we say bpy context active object location dot x plus equal counter plus 1 multiplied by 2. So run this. You see we have the first Suzanne, second Suzanne, third Suzanne, fourth, and the fifth, because it counts from 0 to 4, and then it if it's 5, it says no, it's not 1, but return 0, so it will be exited. So now we want to apply a color. for this we go here to the viewport display visibility. We change the color here, and we learn we can change the color by this operation. So we copy this, and now we use random values. So we use another Python library here. It's random is random dot uniform. Oops, uniform, and then from to two value. So this is the R value for red, and then random uniform 0 to 1. This is the G for green, and the random uniform 0 to 1. This is the B for blue, and this is the alpha. And now we should have, we delete the monkey here, we let it run, and you see we have here different monkeys, but we don't see the color because we don't set this here to object. And you see now we have random colors for our monkey, which is good. Now we want them to move. How do we do this? Well, we just define another function. So def move object, and we need here an object which should be moved, and we need a move step. So we call this step, and then we simply say object location dot, and we want to move in this direction. So this is negative y, so we say location y minus same step. That's all. But now we have, of course, to call this. And how do we do this? We call a timer function from a timer function. So we have added here the monkey, and now we call again a timer function. So we just copy this here, but of course now we don't call ourselves, but we call move object. Now this needs, as you can see here, parameters, and it has only, as you know, these parameters here, but it's also said here we can use functools partial. So we do here register functools partial, and then we can say move object, and then we give our parameters in here. So this is of course our object, which is ppy context object, and the step is just some random step. So we say it like this, and we want a little bit more, maybe 0.5 to 1.5, and then it should start after 2 milliseconds. And of course here we have to say also that it has to stop at a certain amount. So we just do a random value here, like example given random uniform from 0 to 1, and we call this a, and we say if, oh, this has to be, yeah, if a is less than 1, then it should stop, so we return none, and else we return just a, which is a certain amount of time. Okay, we should move a little bit forward, so I took here from 0.1, and this should work. Let's check this out. So I run this. We have here our first monkey. Oh, this looks not good. Let's see what it says. Functool is not defined. Okay, import functools 1 again. It says it's not good. The first argument must be callable. Yeah, of course, this is our move object, of course. So Move object. Now let's start again. Here is our first monkey moving, and the other are moving as well. You see, that looks good. This is what I wanted to show you. I hope you learned something. Have fun. Bye.